Hello, and a very warm welcome, coffee lovers. Today we're embarking on a rather fascinating journey into the world of home espresso. The landscape of domestic coffee equipment has changed quite dramatically over the last few years, with features once reserved for high-end commercial cafes now finding their way onto our kitchen countertops. Choosing the right machine can feel like a monumental task, a significant investment not just of money but of time and counter space. The decision often hinges on a delicate balance between convenience and control, and the ultimate quality of the coffee in your cup. It's a deeply personal choice, one that shapes your daily ritual. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at three machines that represent distinct philosophies in home espresso. We'll be comparing what I consider to be the top contenders for home baristas in 2025, the ever-popular Breville Barista Express, the enduring Gajia Classic Pro, and the impressively convenient Philips 3200 series with LatteGo. Each of these machines has carved out a significant niche for itself in the market, appealing to different types of coffee drinkers with varying levels of experience and different priorities. It's not about finding the single best machine, because such a thing doesn't really exist. Instead, our goal today is to dissect the strengths, weaknesses, and quirks of each one. We'll look at their design, their workflow, the coffee they produce, and who I believe they are ultimately best suited for. By the end of this, I hope you'll have a much clearer picture of the landscape and be better equipped to decide which one of these machines, if any, might be the right one to welcome into your home. So let's get the portafilters warmed up and see which one suits your brewing style best. First up, we have a machine that many of you will undoubtedly recognize, the Breville Barista Express, or the Sage Barista Express, depending on your geography, has become something of an icon in the home espresso space. For years, it has been the go-to recommendation for those taking their first serious steps into making espresso at home, and for good reason. Its main proposition is one of integration and accessibility. It attempts to package everything you need, short of the coffee beans and the milk, into a single, relatively compact and rather handsome stainless steel unit. It's an approachable gateway into a potentially intimidating hobby. The most significant feature, and arguably its biggest selling point, is the built-in conical burr grinder. This integration immediately removes one of the largest initial hurdles for a budding barista choosing and paying for a separate, capable espresso grinder. The workflow is designed to be straightforward. Beans go in the top, you grind directly into the portafilter using the cradle, tamp it down, lock it in, and press a button. Breville has put a great deal of thought into guiding the user through this process, with a pressure gauge providing real-time feedback and simple, programmable buttons for single and double shots. However, this integration is also where some of the compromises begin to appear. While the grinder is certainly convenient, it doesn't offer the same level of fine-tuned control or grind consistency as a dedicated standalone unit. The stepped adjustment can sometimes leave you wishing for a setting that sits just between two clicks to perfectly dial in a tricky coffee. It's a capable grinder, certainly, but it's one that you may eventually outgrow as your skills and palate develop. It's the classic trade-off between convenience and ultimate control, a theme we'll see recurring throughout our comparison today. The machine itself is a thermocoil-based system, which means it heats water on demand. This results in a very fast heat-up time. You can go from a cold start to being ready to pull a shot in just a couple of minutes, which is a remarkable advantage for a morning routine. The temperature control, while not as precise as more expensive dual boiler or PID-controlled machines, is surprisingly stable for its class. It gives you enough consistency to pull genuinely delicious shots of espresso with thick, rich creamer, provided you're using fresh, quality beans and have your grind dialed in as best you can. For milk steaming, the manual steam wand is quite capable. It's mounted on a ball joint, offering good maneuverability, and with a bit of practice it can produce silky, well-textured milk suitable for latte art. It does require a bit of a learning curve, and you do have to wait for the machine to switch from brewing temperature to steaming temperature, but the power is sufficient for a home setting. The Barista Express, then, represents a complete package. It's for the person who wants to be hands-on, who wants to learn the craft of tamping and timing, but who also values convenience and a simplified, all-in-one solution to get started. Next, we turn our attention to a machine that is, in many ways, the philosophical opposite of the Breville. This is the Gajia Classic Pro. The name itself tells you a great deal about its heritage and its reputation. The Gajia Classic has been around in various forms for decades, and this Pro iteration brings with it some welcome modern updates while retaining the core of what made it so beloved. It is fundamentally a simple, robust and no-nonsense piece of equipment. There are no built-in grinders, no digital screens, just a few chunky, satisfying rocker switches on a solid metal body. What the Gajia Classic Pro offers is a taste of the commercial espresso world. It uses a standard 58mm portafilter, the same size you'll find in most professional cafes. This is not just a trivial detail. It opens up a vast ecosystem of professional-grade accessories, from precision baskets to high-end tampers, allowing for a much higher ceiling for experimentation and improvement. The machine also features a commercial-style steam wand, which is a significant upgrade from previous versions, and is far more powerful and capable than what you might expect at this price point. It's a real tool for those serious about mastering milk texture. Internally, the Classic Pro is built around a small single boiler. This means it uses the same boiler for both brewing espresso and creating steam, and you have to switch between the two functions, a process known as temperature surfing for those who want to get the most out of it. This requires a bit more user involvement and understanding than the Breville. You need to learn the machine's rhythm, to learn when it's at the optimal temperature for brewing and when it's ready to steam. This hands-on approach is either a charming quirk or an annoying faff, depending entirely on your perspective. Durability is where the Gajia truly shines. These machines are built like tanks. Their simple construction, with readily available parts, means they are not only long-lasting but also highly serviceable and modifiable. There is a huge community of enthusiasts online dedicated to tweaking and upgrading the Gajia Classic, adding things like PID controllers for more precise temperature stability or pressure gauges. It's a machine that can grow with you, not just in terms of your skill, but physically, through modifications that can elevate its performance to rival machines, costing many times more. So, who is the Gajia Classic Pro for? It's for the tinkerer, the hobbyist, the person who sees making coffee as a craft to be honed. It demands more from the user right from the start. You will need to buy a separate, capable grinder, which is a significant additional investment. It requires patience and a willingness to learn its idiosyncrasies. But the reward for that effort is a machine that is fundamentally more capable at its core, offering a more authentic commercial-style espresso experience and a platform for near-limitless improvement over time. It's a commitment, but one that can be incredibly rewarding. Our final machine takes us in yet another direction, prioritizing convenience and automation above all else. This is the Philips 3200 series, and its most notable feature is the LatteGo milk system. This is a fully automatic or a bean-to-cup machine. The entire process, from grinding the beans to frothing the milk and dispensing the final drink, is handled at the press of a single button. It's designed for someone who loves the taste of a good cappuccino or latte, but has little to no interest in the manual process of making one. It's the ultimate expression of coffee convenience. The workflow, if one can call it that, is remarkably simple. You fill the hopper with whole beans, fill the water tank, and attach the LatteGo container with milk. You then select your desired drink from the intuitive touch panel, be it an espresso, a coffee, a cappuccino, or a latte macchiato, and the machine does the rest. You can adjust the strength, volume, and temperature to a certain degree, but the core variables of tamping, timing, and milk texturing are taken completely out of your hands. This guarantees a level of consistency that can be difficult to achieve manually, especially for a beginner. Let's talk about the LatteGo system, as it's the main draw here. It's a rather clever two-part tube-free milk carafe. It uses a cyclonic frothing chamber to mix milk and air at high speed, creating a surprisingly decent foam that it dispenses directly into your cup. Is it the same microfoam you would get from a carefully steamed pitcher using the Gaggia or Breville? No, it isn't. It's generally a bit more bubbly, more akin to classic Italian cappuccino foam. But for its intended purpose, it's brilliant. The best part is the cleaning. With just 2 parts and no tubes, it can be rinsed clean under the tap in seconds or put in the dishwasher. Now we must address the coffee quality. As with the Breville, the built-in grinder is a point of compromise. It's a ceramic flat burr grinder, and while it offers several steps of adjustment, it's not designed for the kind of fine-tuned dialing in that espresso aficionados crave. The brewing unit, the brew group, is also a complex piece of automated machinery. The result is an espresso that is pleasant and certainly a huge step up from pod-based systems, but it often lacks the body complexity and nuance that you can extract with a semi-automatic machine and some practice. It's a very good approximation of a cafe drink, but an approximation nonetheless. The Philips 3200 series is therefore aimed at a very specific person. It's for the busy professional, the family household where multiple people want different drinks without any fuss, or anyone who values speed and simplicity over the ritual of coffee making. It removes the learning curve entirely. There's no need to worry about grind size, tamping pressure, or shot times. It delivers a consistent, enjoyable coffee drink every single time you press a button. It's the machine you buy for the result, not for the process. It's a trade-off of ultimate quality and control for unparalleled ease of use. So there we have it. 3 excellent machines, each with a distinct identity and a different answer to the question of what makes a great home espresso experience. The Breville Barista Express is the brilliant all-in-one teacher, holding your hand as you learn the craft. The Gajia Classic Pro is the purist's tool, a demanding but incredibly rewarding machine that offers a gateway to professional-level results and customization. And the Philips 3200 series is the ultimate convenience, a silent servant that delivers enjoyable coffee drinks with zero effort. None is objectively better than the others, they simply serve different masters. Choosing between them comes down to a moment of honest self-reflection. What do you truly want from your morning coffee? Do you want a new hobby, a ritual to master and perfect over time? Or do you simply want a delicious latte while you rush to get ready for your day? Are you someone who enjoys tinkering and upgrading, or do you prefer a closed system that just works day in and day out? Your answer to those questions will point you far more clearly to the right machine than any spec sheet ever could. It's about aligning the machine's philosophy with your own. I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts on this. See the links in the description for the latest price. For those of you who own one of these machines, what has your experience been? If you want the full breakdown, including pros, cons, and direct buying links, check out the full article on Medium. I'll leave the link in the description below, and for those in the market, which machine would you choose for your home setup? Let us know in the comments below. I'll be reading through them with great interest. This is a conversation that helps everyone make a more informed decision. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you've found this helpful, please consider subscribing for more coffee insights. Until next time, happy brewing.